Hello, I'm aquatic and welcome back to another Minecraft news video. So there's some pretty big info to share with you all, and it is to do with the update Aquatic. So this is of course the next big update coming out for Minecraft on pretty much every platform, and earlier this week we learned quite a few new things about it because Jeb was doing some informal streaming on Mixer to promote his new game, and while he was doing that, a lot of people asked Minecraft questions, and he actually responded to a lot of it, confirming new features like Mobby's new official name, Phantom by the way, confirming stuff like new shipwrecks, confirming stuff like water physics changing entirely since Minecon, when we'll be learning new things. All this stuff was covered, and I wanted to go through it all in today's mega news video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it, so please do like it if you do like it, because it helps out the channel. Let's know you do like Minecraft news. I want to keep on seeing even the stuff like this, which takes a while to go through, but I think is entirely worth it. So with that said, let's start by just mentioning that the timestamps for this came in from Redstone Helper on Reddit. They make this a lot easier for me to, again, go through the 6 or 7 hours of streaming over the past week he's been doing, because again, there's just lots of little tidbits in there that I found interesting, like this first one confirming Mobby's new name. So let's go through it.
Mob B, which I decided to call Phantom.
So that is a direct confirmation that Mob B is not going to be called the Monster of the Night Skies or the Phantom of the Night Skies or having some yet to know name. The name that they're using at the moment is just the Phantom, which is a pretty good name for a mob, I think, and that's one of the 3 mobs in this update, by the way. But in case you're curious as to the rest of what he has to say about that, let's play the full clip now, just so you can hear about it.
Mob B, which I decided to call Phantom, is not completely finished, but it's working fairly well. Jasper is going to do a texture for it, and then we're gonna tweak it a little bit more, but it's kind of nice as it is now.
So there is a confirmation that it's pretty much finished, and also a confirmation that, Jasper will be making a new texture for it, which I think is quite interesting because he's working on the whole new textures for Minecraft, but it seems like even though that probably won't be done by the time this update comes out, he's still going to be working on some of the textures for this update, like the brand new Phantom texture. And just in case you think that's not confirmed enough, I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, that's just an informal comment calling it the Phantom. Here's one more thing, kind of going through it one more time.
Which one is the Mobby again?
It's the flying mob. We call it the Phantom.
Oh.
So yeah, again, he confirms it's the flying mob, he confirms it's Mob B, he confirms it's the Phantom. Mob B, the one we all voted on at Minecon, or not that I voted on, hashtag not my mob, but the mob that was voted on at Minecon is officially the, called the Phantom now. It might change before release, but I kind of like the Phantom. It's a nice simple name, it describes what it does really easily, and the Monster of the Night Sky, if we're being honest, is just a little bit unwieldy. So that's a really cool first confirmation, but then also confirming another feature that has changed since the Minecon presentation. Here is, or at least confirming more details about it. Here is Jeb on Shipwrecks.
Yeah, there will be different variants of Shipwrecks in 1.40. Well, they are like things you can find in the oceans.
So there he confirms, again, we're talking about the same shipwreck, because, someone asked him, like, wait, what are shipwrecks? And, so there's going to be multiple variants of shipwreck. There's not going to be just the one variant. There's not going to be the one sort of treasure that you find all the time. Think about desert temples or jungle temples and how they're the same, but just with different loot. It sounds like there's going to be multiple different variants on the outside, too. Kind of like how villagers look different in each biome that they're in. So here's another really exciting, just one little off confirmation about the oceans and what you'll find in them.
We're going to add more ocean-based biomes, like warm oceans. Well, we're gonna have different types of oceans with different terrain in them and different animals.
So there is a confirmation that this next update is not just going to contain the brand new iceberg biome, which is kind of like an above ground type of ocean. There's going to be warm oceans, there's going to be cold oceans, and that's a pretty big thing by itself. I mean, obviously the iceberg place, probably going to be the cold type of ocean, but that means that the brand new, terrain he hints at means that we're not just going to be seeing like, oh yeah, clay, sand, and dirt at the bottom of some oceans, and then gravel. Of all blocks, gravel makes up most of the ocean floor. Instead, we're going to be seeing some different terrain types, maybe some crazy deep oceans with lava in them. Again, oh sorry, not lava, magma. We've had that confirmed quite a few times already, and that's really, really, that gets me excited because I love new terrain generation. 1.13 already has been confirmed to change the world generator quite a bit, and the idea of them adding new biomes is just, that's something that's big, I think, for anyone out there that likes exploring the world. The oceans are not only more interesting because there's things in them and there's new mobs in them, but also because there's new types of biomes. So let's move on to the next thing here, which is kind of to do with that ocean thing and kind of to do with a feature which a lot of people have requested, the penguin. So here's Jeb's direct response about the penguin.
Yeah, penguins would be really nice to have. They were on the list of things, but then we got a lot of complaints that people didn't feel that the llamas and parrots were interesting enough. So instead of adding a bunch of new animals, we spent more time on the dolphin and turtles, because penguins would require us to give them both interesting water behavior and interesting land behavior. So we maybe later.
So there's a direct confirmation that at one point in the Ocean Aquatic update, there was going to be the penguin added, in there, and they considered doing it. But obviously, they've listened to the feedback about, not only the parrot, not only the llama, but also to some extent the polar bear, even though I didn't mention it. All of the last 3, animal-based mobs they've added to Minecraft were kind of dull and boring. Like llamas, they have a use in the game, but how many people use them? Parrots, they don't really have a use in the game, and polar bears, they kind of just exist there. And most people don't appreciate these mobs as much as they like the horse and the cow and all these other sorts of mobs from before. So it looks like the dolphin and the turtle, and maybe to some extent the phantom, are all going to exist as way more real and useful, and I guess they're going to all have some form of purpose in the game. That's why we saw turtle eggs, that's why we, see that the dolphin's going to help you with treasure. They want to make these new mobs useful, and they really want to make the ocean something you care about in Minecraft, which is really great news in my opinion. So let's move on to the next thing here, because Jeb talked offhandedly about what he's doing in a few weeks, and kind of confirmed we'll be hearing more direct feature announcements about the update Aquatic. So let's roll it.
Then in February I'm going to London to the PC Gamer Weekender event, and I'm gonna have a presentation about Update Aquatic. It's gonna be some repetition because I announced most of the stuff at Minecon, but now we've been able to work a little bit more on it, so there are some new stuff.
So there he confirms that he's going to the PC Gamer Weekend in London. He's doing it to promote his game, in case you're curious. But he's gone there, and he's going to be showing some, a lot of things we've already seen. But he also says some new things that have been worked on since the Minecon presentation, which means when the PC Gamer Weekend happens in London, we'll be getting new stuff. So I decided to look into it, of course. And the weekend is the 17th to the 18th of February in Olympia, London. Actually, quite close to me. Fun fact. But yeah, basically, it's going to be happening there. He's going to be showing off the update. I hope there'll be some form of video of it. If not, then I guess I'll have to go myself and find out for everyone. But that means in 3 weeks, almost exactly 3 weeks, 3 weeks in a day, we'll be seeing for the first time brand new features in gameplay in some form of presentation style of the update Aquatic. So even more features are coming. You might think we've already got a pretty big update on our hands, 3 mobs, ocean change entirely, water physics change entirely, but also we'll be seeing some new things shown off in London on the 17th to the 18th of February. So also a confirmation that it's not surprise releasing in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, let's next talk about the kind of exciting news about the water physics, or kind of interesting news at least, depending on how you feel about your existing builds versus new builds.
The thing about the water physics is that we wanna... The things that we showed at the Minecon may have been too much. So we're trying a more simple way of doing the water physics, which is more similar to the old style. The most important thing is to allow us to have non-solid blocks in water, like stairs and fences. The way we're gonna do it is that if you have like a fence and you put water on it, then that's gonna be like a source block, but water itself will not flow through fences.
So that right there is a direct confirmation that they've kind of neutered the changes or nerfed the changes a little bit from this update to make it so that your existing builds won't be entirely ruined. However, there is still always going to be a way to have your fence blocks, for instance, not just, be a weird gap in the water. You can still fill up the area around a fence block, but it won't flow through the fence. It won't flow into the fence, your water block from before. What will instead happen is you have to place a source block on the fence itself, or on the ladder, or anything like that. And this really allows for a compromise between allowing, structures like the the abandoned ships underwater. They're going to still have ladders which are filled with stuff because they're in the ocean, but if you have ladders underwater, you can have them be safe from the flowing water around them, which means that you can still have your crazy underwater builds, but then stuff will work in the future. I think it's a good compromise. Personally, a part of me would have liked to see stuff like items flowing underneath fences. I wish there was still some way they could activate that, but I see the issue they're put under right there, and I kind of get that they want to keep existing behaviors and just expand on it rather than having to remove them. However, there again, they've confirmed water physics have changed since Minecon. In fact, there's a chance they'll even change before the final release, because they've gone, they said a few times they've gone back and forth on it. So yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of water changes in this update, and already we know their big plan is just to make any water block work better with the game and make it work more functionally, which I think is kind of cool stuff. So let's move on to the final thing here, because there are all the new features we have confirmed this update so far. We've confirmed at one point they're working on penguins, but not now. For the future was directly the quote. We know that there's going to be new ship variants. Again, we only thought there was one because we've only ever seen one, but there's going to be multiple variants types. There's going to be multiple types of new ocean biome. There's going to be, mob bees can be called officially the, the Phantom, which I actually do kind of like. We know there's going to be proper behaviors for the two mobs, the friendly mobs in this update, and we know that we'll be hearing more about this update in just 3 weeks' time. Well, before we end today, I wanted to share one last thing that I found to be massively interesting from that stream, because they confirmed they were reading the Minecraft suggestions subreddit. I've made videos on that before, and they confirmed there's going to be kind of like a fan favorite update. Let's play the clip so you can hear it in its entirety, because it's kind of a big one.
So many Pende says that we should go to the Minecraft suggestions subreddit. Actually, we compiled a very long list, or I didn't. Maria, who is the developer who made the parrots, she went through like essentially all upvoted topics for the last 6 months and compiled a list. I'm just not sure when we get a chance to add them to the game. There were a bunch of cool things in it.
I would like.
The
I'd
thing
like
about
to see.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say that currently we're trying to develop the vanilla gameplay in both Java Edition and Bedrock at the same time. And the Bedrock developers are in Redmond and the Java developers are in Stockholm. So there's a lot of communication going on. So every time we do, like even the tiniest little thing, it causes a lot of a lot of overhead. So that's why we want to do a whole bunch of them in one sweep, but not for 1.14. It will be later.
So that was massively interesting to me. First of all, he calls it 1.14 because this was still just before the change was announced. This was 5 days ago, which interestingly enough means that 1.13 change was actually made 3 days ago. Like, Jeb didn't know about it because he was still doing it 1.14, or maybe he just didn't want to reveal the announcement. But still, that's really, that by itself is a big deal. But the other thing that he says there is the Minecraft suggestion subreddit. They compiled a huge list of the last 6 months, the most upvoted stuff. So, when I did the best Minecraft sessions of 2017 or 2016, a lot of those changes that were the most upvoted, the most liked by the community, a lot of those are intended to come to the game in the future in kind of like a fan favorite update, because he confirms one of the updates in the future, they're gonna, communicate with the, the Bedrock team, and they're gonna make sure they put in as many of these features as they like, which is a really, I think that's a really promising concept, because they looked at all the fan features, they've just been taking all of them and making one huge update from it, and that means probably the update after the update Aquatic, again, now what is 1.14 or 1.4 or 1.15 or 1.5, in one of these future updates, they're going to have just a huge update made of the things we want in the game the most. A fan, I don't know what the best way to put it is, but like an update made from the features fans like the most. I think that's such a cool idea, and honestly, that gets me excited for what their future plans are. Like I've said this before and I've said it, and I want to say it again, because 2017, there was a lot of dead moments and just a big gap in Minecraft updates. It seems this year, first of all, the update Aquatic, they're changing a feature which has been neglected for a while and which was kind of dull in Minecraft for a while. They're making the update Aquatic with all the changes we've heard about today, but then it looks like after that, we've already heard a little hint that they want to make an update just full of features that fans love. And if you guys are curious, I kind of want to go through and see what's in those top 6 months. Now we know they've looked through them. Would you like to see a video where we go through the top 6 months and work through them one by one, or would you rather just see it when it comes out? I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I'm really excited about this update now. Again, hearing just Jeb talk about little bits oh yeah, we did decide to make more ocean biomes, we did decide to make more shipwrecks, and these are just the things that he spoke about, again, entirely offhandedly. There's still way more to be revealed in this update. We're going to be hearing more over the next few weeks, and again, I'm excited about this update. Maybe you are too. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited about. Let me know if you want to see the video on the fan favorite things, and for now, I hope you'll enjoy the video. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe if you're out here, and make sure you turn on notifications so you can see news like this every single day on your channel. Again, I haven't seen this anywhere else on the internet, despite it coming out earlier this week, so yeah, if you want to keep seeing the exclusive Minecraft news and my opinions on it, then you can see that every single day / week on your homepage by clicking the bell, because again, I mean, YouTube 2018, right? But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day. Bye.